everyone. So for today's video, we're going to discuss what are variables. So based on our previous video, we have defined a variable as or variables as attributes or characteristics of interest measurable on each or every unit of the universe. Let's say for example, ang universe natin ay ang mga estudyante ng Laguna University. Then, bawat isang estudyante ng Laguna University, meron tayo, let's say for example, kukunin na characteristic. Let's say for example, the color of their hair or the hair complexion. That may be one variable kasi isang characteristic yun na pwede mong kunin sa bawat unit ng universe mo. But make sure na yung kukunin mo na variable sa universe mo ay present sa lahat ng unit. Okay? So, let's say for example, ang variable ay, yun nga, the hair complexion. So, may it be black, brown, blonde, white, diba? So, those are different variable or those are the possible responses to that particular variables. At yung list ng lahat ng responses na yon ay yung tinatawag naman natin na population. So mag-focus tayo kay variables. Okay? So yung variables na meron tayo, sa isang tao, napakadaming variable na pwedeng kunin sa atin. Let's say for example, the color of our hair, the color of our eyes, 'di ba? Our height, our weight, 'di ba? Our arm length, pwede po 'yan. Yung laki ng palm, 'di ba? Your foot size, your waist, 'di ba? So those are the different variables na pwede mong kunin sa isang tao. Okay, let's say for example, pwede din naman sa mga halaman. Let's say for example, yung number ng leaves, 'di ba? Yung color ng mga dahon nila, that can be a variable kasi pwede mo siyang kunin doon. Yung height, kung gaano na ba siya kalaki, 'di ba? So variable pa rin po natin maitatawag yun kasi isa yung characteristic na pwede natin kunin sa unit ng universe natin. Okay? So variables, it can be qualitative, it can be quantitative. So ano po yung difference ng qualitative and quantitative variable? So qualitative variables assumes values that are not numerical but can be categorized. So categories may be identified by either non-numerical descriptions or by numeric codes. So ibig sabihin, yung qualitative variables, ito yung mga bagay na pwede nating i-categorize. So for example, ang variable na kukunin natin sa ating universe ay the sex, may it be male or female, 'di ba? So that sex is a qualitative variable in the sense na kinategorize mo lang siya as male or female. There's no such meaning to that. Okay? What else? It can be the color of your eyes. May it be black, brown, or blue. 'Di ba? So those are categories. So in that sense, the color of your eye as a variable is qualitative in nature. Let's say for example, your skin complexion. May it be morena or moreno, 'di ba? May it be ano ba yung isa, mestizo or mestiza. So those are categories lang. Okay? So in that sense, that variable, the skin complexion, is qualitative in nature. Okay? Pero sabi dito sa statement, categories may be identified by either non-numerical descriptions or by numeric codes. So, though yung qualitative variable ay hindi siya numerical in nature, pero pwede natin siyang i-represent as numbers or by codes. Let's say for example, year level, 'di ba? First year, second year, third year, fourth year. So in that sense, those are categories and that is qualitative in nature. In the sense na wala namang kaso kung siya ay first year, second year, third year, or fourth year. That is just their standing. That is just categories. Okay? So yun po yung iba't ibang examples ng qualitative variables. Now, on the other hand, Quantitative variables indicates the quantity or amount of a characteristic. Data are always numeric. So, in this sense, yung ano naman natin, kino-quantify naman natin yung mga variables natin or yung mga variables na pwede nating i-quantify. Let's say, for example, the length of your hair. Diba? The length of your hair, let's say, for example, in centimeters. Diba? So, yun, maka-quantify mo, may it be 3 wag naman 3 centimeters. May it be 30 centimeters long para sa mga babae, diba? Mga 10 centimeters, mga ganon, diba? It can be quantified. Another one is your score, 'di ba? The score. Let's say for example, the score on the academic achievement test, 'di ba? So those are quantitative in nature, si score. Your grades is quantitative in nature. What else? Let's say for example, the number of your teeth that are in good condition. So those are quantitative in nature. Pwede mo siyang bilangin. Pwede mo siyang i-quantify. Okay? But hindi lahat po ng numbers ay quantitative in nature. Let's say for example, you have the jersey number. Okay, the jersey number. Thus, let's say for example, ang jersey number ko ay 27 and then yung kapatid ko ay jersey number 24. Does the number make sense? Okay? The question is, does the number make sense? So, number siya, pero hindi natin siya pwede i-quantify. Hindi ibig sabihin na 27 ako, marami na akong na-shock kaysa dun sa kapatid ko. So, that's not. So, yung jersey number is just for your identity. Okay? So, here's another catch. If the number is just for identity purposes or for category purposes, that is qualitative in nature. Okay? So, tandaan na hindi lahat ng numbers ay quantitative. Let's say, for example, yung oras. Yung oras, 'di ba? Alauna, alas 2, alas 3. Okay? So, kung bibilangin na hindi naman sa bibilangin natin. Even if we are pertaining to the time. So, for example, alas 8 ng umaga, alas 9 ng umaga. Those are qualitative in nature in a sense that it just represents the time. Okay? Pero, kung ang hahanapin naman natin ay bilang ng oras or the number of hours, in that sense, nagiging quantitative na siya kasi kino-quantify na natin yung bilang ng oras. Okay? In quantitative variables, pwede po natin siyang i-categorize, may it be discrete or continuous. Paano pag sinabi nating discrete quantitative variables? So, kapag discrete quantitative variables that can be counted. Ibig sabihin, binibilang natin siya. From the word nga itself, discrete. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, binibilang natin siya. On the other hand, si continuous quantitative variables naman, yung mga variables na mine-measure natin. Okay? So, kung kay discrete, we are only after the count. Let's say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say, for example, our variable is the number of hours. Okay, the number of hours you spent in social media. So, if we are pertaining to number of hours, you just count the number of hours. Maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Pero, paano natin siya gagawing continuous naman? Si continuous naman kasi mini-measure natin yung quantitative variable. Kasi for example, the number of hours in minutes you spend in social media. Okay? Or the length of time in hours. Okay? The length of time in hours you spent in social media. Yung una nating example, the number of hours you spent in social media. Number of hours, tignan niyo yung statement, number of hours, bilang ng oras. Ibig sabihin, bibilangin mo lang siya. And then, doon sa pangalawa nating example ng variable is the length of time. Haba ng oras. or haba ng panahon sa oras, the length of time in hours you spent in social media. So our measurement here is hours. Hence, we are to measure the length of time. Okay? That is why, in that sense, yung second statement natin, naging continuous quantitative variable naman. Okay? So, let's say for example, another example. Um, the distance between your between your house and your school. Okay? The distance, kapag sinabi natin distance, measure natin siya. So, in that sense, that is continuous quantitative variable. Pero paano na naman natin siya, ano naman yung counterpart niya na magiging discrete siya? Kasi for example, binago natin yung statement natin sa variable natin na um, the number of kilometers from your house to your school. Okay? Number of kilometers. Tingnan niyo yung statement na the number of kilometers. Bilang ng kilometro. So, ibig sabihin, you are to count it. So, in that sense, it became discrete. Okay po? So, yun po yung pinagkaiba ng discrete and continuous quantitative variable.